today's video, I'm making my August bullet journal setup moon themed. And so all of the supplies will be linked in the description box as per usual. And I used most of my supplies from a scrapbooking kit that I got off Amazon. So unfortunately there weren't a lot of moon related items in this kit. So I did make it kind of like a crossover between the moon and flowers, moths, etc. So it took a while to decide how I wanted to set up the front cover. I ultimately decided on using homemade paper that I made back in December and using craft paper. It was a struggle. I think it took like 10 minutes just to decide what I wanted to do for the cover. And the main cover image is a moon from the scrapbooking kit that I got. I played around with the placement of some flower stickers that I got for Christmas, which you can also find off of Amazon. And I also wanted to incorporate this clock somewhere because, I don't know, nighttime, I don't know. I just thought it was a cute embellishment for the cover. And then on the right is this like owl sticker thing. So then once I was ready I was happy with the placements, I stuck everything down using double-sided tape, also from Amazon. It's the Amazon basic one. And I only used this because I didn't have any more glue stick, it ran out. But the tape worked better than I expected. But if you have a glue stick, it works better, especially for more intricate designs. And my homemade paper doesn't stick well with tape. This one did fine though, since it was thin. And then I cut out this clock since I wanted to use it to cover up that little rip in the paper. And then I stuck on the main cover image, and when I was finished with the setup, that was when I noticed that it was placed on crooked. I didn't notice when I put it down, but it's crooked. It doesn't bother me enough to go back and fix it, replace the flowers and everything, so I think I'm just gonna deal with it. But yeah, then I placed the flower stickers on, and yeah. I also added a moth sticker, which came in a sticker sheet from Amazon, and then I cut everything out so it was flush against the original paper. And then on the right page, I stuck on owl washi tape. Don't know why I used owl. There's really nothing that fit the theme, so I figured owl nighttime. I don't know, it made sense in my head. And then I created a border to keep everything more structured using my Micron N05. These next two pages, I am going to use it to make my calendar, and so I cut half a sheet of this moon paper, decorative paper, to just start off the calendar, and I referred back to my future log in order to know how many boxes I would need to make. Also, usually I like to start my bullet journal calendars on a Monday, unless it looks good in a Sunday, even though I'm an avid Sunday start person. But especially when you're making weeklies, it's nice to group the weekends together in order to conserve space. And also, like, the school week begins on a Monday, and so that's important. That's why I start on a Monday using my bullet journal. But in my mind, the week starts on Sunday. Anyway, so I used this moon sticker and homemade paper in order to create the title, and I adorned it with this little dragonfly sticker. And then for the next page, I created a quote page. Personally, I don't often look back at this page. It's kind of there just for decoration. It's not something that I look for in order to gain motivation, inspiration, anything like that. I just think it's a nice looking page. And it was also super fun to make this page since it was solely scrapbooking, and I love scrapbooking. That's why most of my themes are centered around that. Anyway, so it's made from this moon sheet. I was going to use this for the cover page, but decided against it. And also the scrapbooking paper in the corner, I was also going to use that for the cover, but decided not to. And then I just trimmed the excess off. And then since I fell on this page anyway, I decided to just continue on with the calendar. So each box is 5 by 5, and August is a really nice month since it starts on a Monday. So I used a ruler, but for the most of these that I did off camera, I just freehanded it since it went faster, since I don't know where my ruler went. And then for the numbers, I put them on the third space at the top, and it was just like, random, fast handwriting. But it was tedious, I must say. The calendar probably took the longest. I think it took around just 20 minutes just for the calendar, maybe even 25. I have 2.5 hours of raw footage of me setting up this bullet journal. So yeah, if you are just getting into bullet journaling and you don't know what to expect, it is a lengthy process to do extravagant themes and setups. But if you just keep it simple, it won't be it won't hinder your time or whatever. Anyway, so for the sleep tracker, it's really simple. I numbered 1 through 31 on the left hand side, and then I like to log when I go to sleep and when I wake up as opposed to the number of hours, because I just like to see how my sleep schedule will fluctuate, especially when I start school. I think it'll be a nice way to see the trends. And I made my sleep tracker go from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. since normally I go to sleep at around 10:30 to 11 and wake up at 6 to 7. And then I just decided to embellish the page with some more flower stickers and a cutout of a moth. Okay, so now is the wonderful weekly spread, my most used spread by far. So using the leftover moon phase sheet, I cut out one rectangle for the header. And I was debating whether or not to squeeze in 2 weeks in 2 pages, instead of what I normally do, which is 1 week in 2 pages. And I decided to do 1 week in 2 pages, not because I felt that I was going to be busy this week, because I'm probably not. It's the summer. My schedule isn't really packed during the summer. But I had a lot of empty pages, and normally I start a new bullet journal in July, but I just have so many leftover pages since I quit using habit trackers and stuff like that. This is actually my first tracker since March. And I wanted to get a new bullet journal because this is not going to last until December, I know that for sure, and I don't want to start on an awkward month like November, so I'm planning on getting a new bullet journal in September when school really starts, when you get assignments and stuff, so it can be an academic planner, and then maybe that'll end on June, and then I can start on a new one in July and get back on track. But anyway, I created a border again using the same 0.5 micron pen. And I made a mistake where I made the border go too long. I wanted 2 separate pages. So I covered that up using a moon sticker. I just cut it in half and put one at the top, one on the bottom, so it looks like 2 separate pages. And then if you're interested, each day is, I think, 12 by 14. I could be wrong. Normally when I do my weeklies, it's 12 by 18. And there's 2 spaces in the middle. But it might be 11, I don't know, 11 or 12 basically, but 14 tall. So I did this for both sides to create weeklies. This is my favorite setup, where it's kind of a mix of horizontal and vertical, since you get the best of both worlds, and it works great for me. So when I was making the tops of it, I made a mistake and I made the tops of 2 of the days, the events and the Sunday slot. So I put that mistake off and I just wrote the headers for all of them, which is just a very simple, fast cursive, since at this point I was tired. 2 hours of bullet journaling is a long time to bullet journal, so I just did the easiest, fastest font. And I know it bugs me how the Sunday and events is on that line, but I did eventually correct that. So for the heading, I used the Uniball gel pen in white. This pen was dying, and it actually died on me. before I got to, or right after I got to the last letter. I could have left it, and obviously this is like a very simple font. I wish I changed it because it doesn't really match the other fonts I use. But it did die, so I went and got a new gel pen, which worked phenomenally, and I used it to white out the lines that were making the words look weird, the days look weird. I went back and bolded the header, but looking back at it, I actually despise this header. I don't know why I hate it so much. Maybe just it doesn't match with the theme, but it's fine. What's done is done, and I can't go back and correct it now. So I went back and added all the headers. For the headers, I used the 0.5 micron, which is probably my most used micron. If you're planning on just getting individual microns, I recommend the 0.2 or 3 and 0.5. And maybe if you're wanting something thicker, the 0.8 is fantastic. I also like the 1 since it's more of like a felt tip pen and not so much of like the micron normal pen tips. And then I decided on making a quote, I already decided, and I used the moon to symbolize the word moon, and the quote is, "The moon is the first milestone to the stars." So here's the flip through. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down some more theme ideas, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!